explore the visionary genius of Claude Monet, whose brush strokes redefined not just canvas, but the very way we perceive art. Edge of the Cliff, Pourville, 1882 by Claude Monet, is an exquisite example of the Impressionist movement's focus on capturing the natural world through the effects of light and color. This painting presents a lush, vibrant scene at the edge of a cliff overlooking the sea at Pourville, a location that captivated Monet. The composition is rich with texture, particularly in the foreground where the cliff is adorned with a dense tapestry of wildflowers and grasses. The wild flora is depicted with a multitude of colors, yellows, whites, pinks, and greens, that seem to dance under the touch of the light and the sea breeze, illustrating the dynamic nature of the landscape. Beyond the flora, the calm sea extends towards the horizon, dotted with the subtle silhouettes of sailing boats. The water is painted in varying shades of blue and green, interspersed with reflections of light that suggest the shimmering movement of the waves in the changing time of day. The sky above is a soft expanse of blues and whites, with clouds that are deftly brushed in, giving a sense of depth and volume. The light coming through the clouds suggests early daylight, where the sun is beginning to cast its warmth over the scene. For those new to art and seasoned enthusiasts alike, this piece is a window into Monet's attempt to document the fleeting moments of natural beauty. The painting invites viewers to not only see but feel the coastal environment, emphasizing the transient interplay between light, color, and nature that Monet so passionately sought to express in his work. Effect of waves at Étretat, 1883 by Claude Monet, is a dynamic representation of nature's power and beauty, characteristic of the Impressionist style. This painting captures the rugged charm of the Normandy coast, a scene Monet found particularly inspiring. The artwork is dominated by the dramatic movement of the sea, with waves rendered in bold strokes of blue and white crashing against the shore. The foam and the spray of the water are depicted with quick, sweeping brushstrokes that convey the energy and motion of the waves. Monet's use of color and light in the water creates a sense of depth and reflects the changing moods of the sea. To the right, the towering cliffs of Étretat rise against the sky, their form suggested by rapid, confident brushwork that blends the rocky surfaces with the shadows and sunlight. The cliffs are a study in contrast, with their dark, shadowed areas set against the sunlit edges, showing the interplay of natural light on different surfaces. Above, the sky is a mix of yellows and blues, suggesting a day where the weather is changing, perhaps with the wind driving the clouds across the sky at a swift pace. The yellow tones near the horizon could indicate the sun battling through the cloud cover, hinting at the transient lighting conditions. For those new to art, this painting is a prime example of how Impressionists like Monet were not just painting landscapes, they were capturing moments. Monet's work encourages viewers to experience the scene as if standing on the shore themselves, feeling the breeze and spray from the waves, witnessing the ever-moving sea and sky. It's an invitation to appreciate the simple, yet profound beauty of a natural scene in constant flux. El Gelderse de Amsterdam en Invierno, 1871-74, by Claude Monet presents a serene and moody view of Amsterdam's canal, capturing the stillness and solitude of winter. This painting is an excellent demonstration of Monet's early work, where he explored the effects of light and atmosphere in urban settings. The scene is bathed in a muted palette dominated by browns and grays, reflecting the overcast sky and the bareness of winter. Monet's use of color here is restrained yet evocative, creating a sense of coldness that one can almost feel. The canal water is rendered with loose, horizontal brushstrokes, suggesting the reflection of the winter sky and the presence of ice patches floating on the surface. The vertical masts of the docked boats cut through the composition, creating a sense of depth and height, and leading the viewer's eye towards the center of the painting, where the city's buildings line the distant shore. The architecture is depicted with soft, almost blurred edges, giving the impression of a city shrouded in mist or the diffused light of a winter day. In the foreground, the boats appear to be resting, locked in place by the season's grip. There is a tranquility to this scene, a quiet moment captured by Monet's brush, where the bustling city life seems to have paused. For those new to art, this work offers a glimpse into Monet's interest in the transitory effects of light and his ability to convey a powerful atmospheric mood. It invites viewers to pause and reflect, to feel the quietude of a winter's day in Amsterdam, and to appreciate the subtle interplay of light, color, and form that Monet masterfully presents. Entering the village of Bethwell in winter, 1879 by Claude Monet, is a captivating impressionist painting that portrays the charm and quiet of a rural village in the grip of winter. Monet, known for his masterful use of light and color to capture a moment in time, presents a scene that is both familiar and enchanting. The composition draws the eye along a snow-covered road leading into the village of Bethwell. The snow is depicted with a range of colors that go beyond pure white, reflecting the subtle hues of the winter sky and the shadows of the landscape. The soft blues, purples, and hints of green suggest the chill of the winter air and the diffused light of an overcast day. To the left, a leafless tree stands sentinel at the edge of the path, its bare branches reaching into the sky, providing a stark contrast to the softer forms that fill the rest of the canvas. Below, the earth shows through the thinning snow, adding depth and texture to the scene. The village itself seems to emerge from the haze, its buildings rendered with quick, light brushstrokes that convey the fleeting nature of the light in the atmosphere. The church tower rises above the houses, a focal point in the misty distance, while small figures can be seen moving along the road, adding a human element to the landscape and a sense of scale to the expansive view. Entrance to the port of Honfleur, 1870 by Claude Monet, is a vibrant portrayal of maritime life, capturing the dynamic movement of the sea and the activity of a bustling port. Monet's impressionistic style is evident in the loose, rapid brushstrokes that animate the scene with energy and immediacy. In the foreground, a rowboat with figures is cutting through the choppy, green waters its oars mid-stroke, suggesting the effort of navigating the waves. To the right, a sailboat with a billowing brown sail moves parallel to the viewer, its mast leaning with the wind, giving a sense of motion and direction. The background is filled with ships, some with sails unfurled and others with dark smoke puffing from their stacks, indicating the mix of traditional sailing vessels and the newer steam-powered ships of the time. The muted colors and soft edges of the ships create a sense of depth and distance. As they recede towards the horizon, a lighthouse stands as a sentinel on the right, its white tower and beacon providing a point of reference and safety for the ships entering and leaving the port. The cloudy sky above is a mix of grays and blues, with patches of lighter color suggesting a break in the cloud cover, allowing hints of sunlight to filter through and reflect off the water's surface. This painting is a wonderful example of Monet's skill in capturing a moment in time, reflecting both the natural beauty of the environment and the industrial advancements of the era. For new art lovers and general viewers, it presents an accessible scene filled with movement and life, inviting an appreciation for the artist's ability to convey the essence of the port with brisk strokes of paint and a masterful balance of color and light. Entrance to the port of Trouville, 1870 by Claude Monet, depicts a serene maritime scene bustling with activity. The composition is anchored by a large, curving pier that draws the eye from the sandy beach in the foreground to the distant horizon. Atop the pier, tiny figures can be seen strolling leisurely, providing a sense of scale and human presence. The beach is cast in neutral tones, with shadows hinting at the sun's position outside of the frame. Two figures in the lower right, the fisherman and a companion, are engaged in the quiet task of fishing, their lines stretching into the reflective waters. Their relaxed postures and leisurely activity evoke a sense of calm and daily life beside the vibrant red and orange sails of boats moored in the gentle waters add splashes of color to the otherwise subdued palette. These boats are likely fishing vessels characteristic of the region, preparing to depart or having just returned from the sea. The sails are reflected in the water, creating a rhythmic pattern of color that contrasts with the sandy shore. The sky is awash of light blues and soft whites, with clouds drifting above, suggesting a breezy but bright day. Monet's brushwork is evident in the loose, impressionistic strokes that give texture to the sky and sea, capturing the fleeting effects of light and atmosphere. For new art lovers and the general public, this painting serves as a beautiful example of Monet's early work and his focus on capturing the effects of natural light. It conveys both a specific place and a timeless, universal feeling of a day by the sea. The artwork is accessible in its simplicity and evocative in its depiction of light and mood, inviting viewers to appreciate the tranquil beauty of the maritime landscape. Retreat the Abildor fishing boats leaving the harbor. 1885 by Claude Monet offers a picturesque view of the famous cliffs at Etretat, particularly the Abildor, an arch-shaped cliff formation on the Normandy coast. Monet has captured the vastness of the sea and the imposing presence of the cliffs with a mastery that immerses the viewer into the scene. In the foreground, we observe a number of fishing boats, their sails filled with wind, painted in a palette of reds, blues, and whites, creating a striking contrast against the green-blue sea. These small boats appear to be making their way out of the harbor, a daily ritual that reflects the livelihood of the local community. The sea is rendered with swift, expressive brushstrokes, suggesting the movement of the water as it reflects the light of the sky. The cliff of the Abildor looms in the background, its rugged texture and monumental form dominating the landscape. Monet's use of light and shadow articulates the curvature and solidity of the rock, with the natural archway opening onto the horizon. The sky, a mix of light blues and soft grays, indicates a cloudy day with hints of sunlight breaking through, casting a diffuse light on the scene. The impressionistic technique Monet employs allows for a dynamic interplay between light and color, giving the painting a sense of immediacy and vivacity for newcomers to art and the casual observer. This painting is an exemplar of Impressionism, showcasing Monet's ability to capture the fleeting moments of natural light and his fascination with the French coastline. It speaks to the beauty found in everyday scenes and the delicate balance between nature and those who make their living from the sea. The artwork invites contemplation on the tranquility of coastal life, the enduring strength of nature, and the beauty of. As we close the pages on today's artistic journey, we hope you've been inspired by the timeless beauty that has graced your screen. If you've enjoyed exploring the vintage art treasures and wish to continue uncovering the stories behind each masterpiece, please consider subscribing to our channel. By joining our community, you'll be the first to experience our upcoming art explorations and get exclusive insights into the world of classic and contemporary art. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified about our latest videos. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you back for our next art adventure.